You wake up, reach for your favorite bowl, pour in the oats, and feel proud you're doing something good for your body. After all, oatmeal is supposed to be one of the healthiest breakfasts out there, right? But what if I told you that your well-intentioned morning ritual might actually be doing more harm than good? What if instead of lowering your cholesterol and stabilizing your blood sugar, your oatmeal is quietly sabotaging your energy, triggering inflammation, and even contributing to weight gain? As a medical professional with over 30 years of experience in nutritional science and preventive care, I've seen this happen time and time again. Patients come in confused. They're eating healthy, yet struggling with fatigue cravings and creeping weight. And when we take a closer look, their oatmeal habits are often to blame. Not because oats are bad, far from it. Oats are a nutritional powerhouse when prepared correctly. But the truth is, over 80% of people are making simple, avoidable mistakes that strip away all the benefits oatmeal offers. In this guide, I'm going to walk you through those hidden traps based on real science and real patient stories. From the sweeteners you choose to, the way you cook your oats, every decision you make in the kitchen can either support your health or quietly sabotage it. This isn't about trendy diets or fear-mongering. It's about empowering you with knowledge, practical evidence-based advice that helps you turn a common breakfast into a powerful act of self-care. Because when you fix these mistakes, the results can be remarkable: more energy, better digestion, fewer cravings, and real long-term health. So, if you're ready to stop guessing and start thriving, let's take a closer look at what's really in your bowl. You might be surprised by what you find. Oatmeal isn't just a convenient breakfast, it's a nutritional cornerstone that, when prepared correctly, can significantly influence your long-term health. In a world saturated with processed cereals and sugar-laden pastries, a bowl of oats stands out as a simple whole food option rich in vitamins, minerals, fiber, and antioxidants. What makes oatmeal truly remarkable is its concentration of beta-glucan, a unique soluble fiber that forms a gel-like substance in your digestive tract. This gel slows down digestion, helping to stabilize blood sugar levels, reduce bad cholesterol (LDL), and keep you feeling full longer, which aids in weight management. Studies from institutions like Harvard and the Mayo Clinic consistently link regular oatmeal consumption with reduced risk of heart disease, improved gut health, and better metabolic function. But oatmeal's benefits extend beyond the physical. A well-balanced oatmeal breakfast can support mental clarity by providing a steady release of glucose to the brain, avoiding the energy crashes that come from high-sugar meals. Additionally, the natural compounds in oats, including avenanthramides, a rare group of antioxidants, help reduce inflammation, improve blood flow, and protect against cellular damage caused by free radicals. For older adults, oatmeal can be particularly vital. It supports digestive regularity, strengthens the immune system, and delivers essential nutrients like magnesium, iron, and B vitamins without overwhelming the system with calories or sugar. And for those looking to age well, the low glycemic index of oats makes it a smart choice for preserving insulin sensitivity and reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes. Yet despite these incredible qualities, oatmeal is also one of the most commonly misunderstood foods. Many people assume that because it's labeled heart healthy, any way you prepare, it must be good. Unfortunately, that's not true. The moment you load it with flavored syrup, skip protein, or use the wrong kind of oats, you start to undo those benefits. That's why understanding why oatmeal matters is only the first step. The real power lies in knowing how to unlock its full potential. Oatmeal, when respected and handled with intention, can become much more than a breakfast. It can be a daily tool for building strength, resilience, and longevity. Whether you're a busy professional trying to manage stress, a senior aiming to maintain vitality, or simply someone who wants to eat smarter, oatmeal offers a foundation you can build on. But it has to be done right. In the sections ahead, we'll explore exactly how to do that, from avoiding the most common oatmeal mistakes to crafting meals that are not only delicious, but deeply nourishing. Because when you get your morning meal right, everything else tends to follow. For all its powerful health benefits, oatmeal is a deceptively simple food that can be quietly stripped of its value through everyday mistakes that most people don't even realize they're making. Mistake 1 is adding too much sugar, which is perhaps the most common error. A sprinkle of brown sugar or a generous drizzle of maple syrup may seem harmless, but it turns a nutritious breakfast into a sugar bomb that spikes blood glucose, causes crashes in energy levels, and promotes fat storage, inflammation, and even insulin resistance. Instead, flavor oatmeal naturally with cinnamon, nutmeg, mashed banana, or a handful of fresh berries, which add sweetness without the metabolic damage. Mistake 2 is relying on flavored instant oatmeal packets. These are marketed as convenient and healthy, but many are loaded with added sugars, artificial flavors, preservatives, and low-quality oats that cook quickly but don't satisfy hunger for long. Even packets labeled heart healthy often contain up to 15-20 grams of sugar per serving, more than a glazed donut. Switch to plain rolled or steel-cut oats, which retain their fiber and nutritional density, and flavor them yourself using whole ingredients. Mistake 3 is forgetting to include protein. While oats are rich in fiber and some micronutrients, they're relatively low in protein, and eating a bowl with no protein source can lead to early hunger, poor blood sugar control, and diminished muscle maintenance, especially as we age. Add Greek yogurt, a scoop of protein powder, chia seeds, flax seeds, or a side of eggs to make your oatmeal a complete balanced meal. Mistake 4 is consuming oversized portions. It's easy to think oats are healthy, so I can eat as much as I want, but overdoing it can lead to a calorie overload. A standard serving is 1-2 cup dry oats, which doubles in size when cooked and becomes more filling when combined with fruit nuts or yogurt. Piling on peanut butter, honey, and dried fruits can unknowingly turn your bowl into a 700-calorie meal. Moderation matters. Mistake 5 is not soaking oats overnight or before cooking. Oats contain phytic acid, an anti-nutrient that binds minerals like iron, zinc, and calcium, making them harder to absorb. Soaking helps reduce phytic acid and improves digestibility, especially for those with sensitive stomachs. Even a short soak of 6 to 8 hours can make oats softer, gentler on the digestive system, and more nutrient bioavailable. Mistake 6 is undercooking oats. Cooking oats thoroughly helps break down the beta-glucan fibers so they can form the gel-like consistency that stabilizes blood sugar and lowers LDL cholesterol. Undercooked oats are tougher to digest and may cause bloating, gas, or discomfort. Simmer oats gently until they're soft and creamy, not dry or chewy. Mistake 7 on the flip side is overcooking them. Excessive cooking breaks down the fibers, too much resulting in a mushy texture that digests too quickly and causes spikes in blood sugar. Oatmeal should retain some texture and be slightly chewy to promote slow digestion and satiety. Mistake 8 is using the wrong cooking liquid. Many people cook oats in dairy milk from the start, thinking it adds creaminess, but high heat denatures milk proteins and creates a gummy, sticky texture. It's better to cook oats in water and stir in warm milk or plant-based alternatives like almond milk at the end for flavor and consistency without nutrient loss. Mistake 9 is skipping the salt. Though it might seem counterintuitive to add salt to a healthy food, a small pinch enhances the natural sweetness of the oats and improves flavor balance, reducing the need for sugary toppings. Add salt during cooking, not after so. It distributes evenly and elevates every bite. Mistake 10 is over-relying on oatmeal as your primary or only healthy food. Oats are rich in fiber, minerals, and complex carbs, but they lack certain essential nutrients like complete proteins, omega-3 fats, and fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K. Building your entire diet around oats without variety leads to micronutrient imbalances over time. Complement your oatmeal routine with vegetables, lean protein, healthy fats, and diverse whole grains. Remember that no single food can carry your health alone. Moreover, some people fall into the trap of thinking, if it's healthy, I don't need to think about how I eat it. That mindset is dangerous. For example, someone might eat oatmeal at night thinking it's lighter than dinner, but unless it's paired with protein and healthy fats, it may lead to unstable blood sugar during sleep and increased hunger the next morning. Another mistake is topping oatmeal with too many healthy but calorie-dense items like multiple tablespoons of nut butter, dried fruit seeds, and honey, which adds up quickly. You should aim for nutrient density, not caloric overload. Also consider the temperature and texture of your oatmeal. Hot oatmeal is soothing, but some people digest cold oats better, e.g., overnight oats, and you may absorb more resistant starch this way. Individual variation matters, especially for those with digestive concerns. Another overlooked detail is timing. Eating oatmeal alone after a long fast, such as first thing in the morning, might spike blood sugar if you're insulin sensitive or diabetic. In that case, it's best to break your fast with a few bites of protein or fat first before the oats. Furthermore, if you're active or aging, failing to pair oatmeal with sufficient protein can accelerate sarcopenia muscle loss because it lacks the branched-chain amino acids needed for muscle repair. Finally, don't ignore the emotional aspect. People who force themselves to eat oatmeal just because it's healthy often lose motivation. Make your bowl enjoyable. Use ingredients and flavors that bring satisfaction. Natural sweetness spices like cinnamon textures from crunchy nuts or juicy fruits, so that oatmeal becomes a habit you love, not a chore. These mistakes might seem small, but their impact compounds over time. Oatmeal has the power to protect your heart, balance your metabolism, and strengthen your body, but only when prepared and consumed with care, knowledge, and balance. Understanding these 10 hidden mistakes is the first step to transforming a routine breakfast into a health-boosting ritual that supports energy, longevity, and enjoyment day after day. Transforming oatmeal from just a basic breakfast into a true daily health ritual begins with a shift in mindset away from convenience and routine and toward intention and personalization. When you think of oatmeal not simply as food, but as a foundation for energy, healing, and vitality, everything changes. The first step is choosing the right base. Opt for steel-cut or rolled oats rather than instant varieties. These less processed forms retain more fiber, texture, and nutrients, setting the stage for sustained energy release and better digestion. Then consider how and when you prepare it. Soaking oats overnight in water or plant-based milk makes them easier to digest and improves nutrient absorption by reducing anti-nutrients like phytic acid. This small act of preparation the night before signals a commitment to your health and gives your body a head start before the day begins. Next, to balance your macronutrients. Oats are high in carbohydrates and fiber, but low in protein and fat. So enhance your bowl with a spoonful of Greek yogurt or a boiled egg for protein, and top it with a handful of walnuts, almonds, or chia seeds for healthy fats and omega-3s. These additions help stabilize blood sugar support, muscle health, and keep you fuller longer. Flavor is just as important as function, and this is where oatmeal becomes personal. Instead of artificial sweeteners or sugary syrups, try mashed bananas, cinnamon, nutmeg, cardamom, or even a drop of vanilla extract. These add layers of natural sweetness and warmth without undermining your health goals. Rotate your toppings to keep it exciting. Blueberries one day, sliced pears or apples. The next, pumpkin puree in the fall, and fresh mango in summer. Make it seasonal, colorful, and joyful. Even the act of sitting down and mindfully eating your oatmeal can become part of the ritual. Avoid rushing through it at your desk or in the car. Use this time to pause, breathe, and nourish not just your body, but your mind. If mornings are hectic, prepare overnight oats in a jar to grab and go, or cook a batch at the start of the week to portion out in advance. Rituals thrive on consistency, so link oatmeal to a positive habit. Enjoy it after a morning walk while reading, or as a calming start before facing your tasks. Remember that how you feel after eating is a sign of how well your bowl is working for you. If you feel bloated, tired, or hungry an hour later, tweak your portion size, cooking time, or protein, joss, fat content. Your body's response is your best guide. And if some days you feel like skipping oatmeal altogether, that's fine too. Rituals support you. They don't restrict you. The ultimate goal is to create a nourishing, adaptable habit that fits into your life and evolves with your needs. Over time, what was once just a bowl of oats becomes a trusted companion, a warm, grounding, deeply beneficial start to your day that supports cardiovascular health, gut function, blood sugar, balance, brain clarity, and emotional well-being. When approached with mindfulness and customization, oatmeal becomes more than breakfast. It becomes a healing practice, a stabilizing anchor, and a powerful act of self-care you can return to every day. Expanding oatmeal's benefits beyond the breakfast bowl means understanding that true health doesn't come from a single superfood. It's about how all the pieces of your diet work together. Oatmeal, while powerful, is just one pillar in the larger architecture of balanced nutrition. To maximize its impact, it needs to be part of a bigger picture that includes variety, synergy, and awareness. For instance, pairing your morning oats with whole food choices throughout the day helps reinforce the metabolic and anti-inflammatory effects you began at breakfast. At lunch, opt for colorful vegetables, legumes, or lean proteins like grilled chicken lentils or wild salmon, which provide the amino acids and antioxidants oatmeal alone can't deliver. These ingredients complement oats' fiber and beta-glucan content, helping regulate blood sugar, protect heart health, and support muscle maintenance. At dinner, focus on diversity roasted root vegetables, cruciferous greens, whole grains like quinoa or farro, and sources of healthy fats like avocado or olive oil. This ensures your body receives a broad spectrum of vitamins and minerals, especially those that support the immune system, cognitive function, and hormonal balance. If oatmeal starts your day, let fermented foods like kimchi sauerkraut or plain yogurt support your microbiome, later enhancing the prebiotic power of oats. Think in terms of nutrient layering each meal, building on the next reinforcing, rather than canceling out the benefits. It's also important to time your meals wisely. Starting with a slow-digesting, low-glycemic food like oatmeal helps keep insulin levels stable, setting the tone for better appetite control and energy throughout the day. But eating high-sugar or heavily processed meals later can undo those benefits. So make smart swaps, reach for fresh fruit instead of candy, choose herbal teas over sugary drinks, and use herbs and spices instead of salt-laden sauces. Hydration is another often overlooked partner in health. The fiber in oats draws water into the digestive system, so drinking water steadily throughout the day helps maintain healthy elimination and prevents bloating. Your daily beverage choices like warm lemon water in the morning or green tea in the afternoon can enhance detoxification and complement the anti-inflammatory role of oatmeal's antioxidants. Finally, total diet integration also includes your mindset. If you view oatmeal as healthy, but treat the rest of your meals as indulgences, you create an imbalance that the body picks up on. But if you approach food as fuel and nourishment consistently, joyfully, and without guilt, you start to see every bite as part of a long-term investment in yourself. In short, think of oatmeal as a launch pad. When combined with a rich tapestry of whole foods, mindful hydration, and conscious eating habits, it becomes more than a meal. It's the starting point of a lifestyle that supports vitality, resilience, and longevity from sunup to sundown. True wellness goes far beyond calories, carbs, or cholesterol. It's rooted in a mindset, a daily intention, a conscious decision to show up for your body and mind every day. That's the life lesson hidden in something as humble as a bowl of oatmeal. When you take the time to prepare it thoughtfully, you're not just feeding yourself. You're setting a tone for the day that says, I care, I matter, my health is worth showing up for. This simple morning ritual reflects something larger: discipline, patience, and long-term thinking. These qualities are the opposite of what our fast-paced, convenience-obsessed world often rewards. We're taught to want results overnight, to chase quick fixes, and to give up if something doesn't feel immediately rewarding. But health doesn't work like that. Neither does personal growth, relationships, or career fulfillment, like simmering oats on the stove instead of microwaving a pre-packaged mix. Real transformation takes time, attention, and presence. And that's where the mental shift begins. It's not just about what you eat, it's about how you think, how you treat yourself, how you respond to stress and setbacks. Are you rushing through meals with your phone in hand? Are you skipping sleep to chase productivity? Are you using food to cope with emotions instead of facing them? These patterns quietly shape your well-being more than any superfood ever could. Shifting your mindset starts with awareness, followed by intention. Begin by asking simple but powerful questions each morning. What does my body need today? How can I care for it with love and respect? Even if it's just a few minutes of quiet while stirring your oats or choosing fresh fruit over processed snacks, that act becomes a signal to yourself: I'm not on autopilot. I'm here. I'm choosing nourishment. Over time, these choices compound. The oatmeal becomes a metaphor for stability in chaos, for commitment over convenience, for choosing progress over perfection. And when you apply that thinking to other areas, your relationships, your finances, your boundaries, you realize that health isn't just about food, it's about how you live. In a world constantly pushing us to do more, have more, and move faster, slowing down for a mindful breakfast is revolutionary. It teaches you to listen, to respect your body's rhythms, and to believe that you are worthy of care without earning it through productivity. That shift, once internalized, creates ripple effects across every part of your life. So the next time you prepare oatmeal, do it with purpose. Let it remind you that every small, quiet choice matters. That change doesn't come from extremes, it comes from consistency. And that the most profound transformations often start with the simplest habits practiced with love, one spoonful at a time. Oatmeal, for all its simplicity, holds the power to be more than just a morning meal. It can be a foundation for sustainable health, a symbol of mindfulness, and a gateway to better habits. What we've uncovered throughout this journey is that even the healthiest foods can become harmful if we approach them carelessly or without understanding. From adding too much sugar, skipping essential proteins, or relying on instant pre-flavored packets, many of us fall into traps that quietly erode the benefits we seek. But the good news is that every single one of these mistakes is fixable. With just a bit of intention, soaking your oats overnight, cooking them gently with water, topping them with fresh fruits, nuts, and a pinch of salt, you can transform a basic dish into a powerhouse of nutrition and energy. And more importantly, it becomes a conscious act of self-respect. Beyond the oats themselves, this video has hopefully encouraged a deeper reflection on your overall approach to food and health. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about waking up each day and choosing nourishment, not just to look better or lose weight, but to feel stronger, clearer, and more resilient. It's about stepping off the autopilot path and becoming an active participant in your own well-being. True health is a series of small, intentional choices stacked over time, not one magical fix. So, as you take what you've learned today into your own kitchen and your own life, remember that it's never too late to start making those better choices. Begin with your next breakfast. Approach it not with guilt or confusion, but with clarity and care. You deserve food that fuels you not just physically, but emotionally and mentally. Let oatmeal be your daily reminder that health isn't complicated, it's consistent. And the better you treat yourself at the start of the day, the more powerful and joyful your entire day can become. Stay curious, stay kind to your body, and keep choosing nourishment over noise, one mindful bite at a time. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. It really helps more people discover this valuable information. And if you're passionate about taking control of your health with science-based practical advice, make sure to subscribe to Dr. Finn. We've got plenty more insights coming your way every week to help you live stronger, longer, and better. Tap that subscribe button and join our growing community of health-conscious viewers today.